All right, sorry. Um, I'm live again. I hope you guys come back. I'll just kind of watch the numbers. I don't want to watch myself. No, I'll babble while I'm waiting. I do have really good nurses here, and the doctors are great. So that's been nice. They're very, very attentive to me. And, of course, I'm nice. And I treat people the way I want to be treated. I don't care if you're bringing me my meal or, sweeping the floor. I'm going to talk to you and, you know, just show kindness. I think it's so important to be kind to people, you know. And like I always say, not every day is good, but there's something good in every day. And there's been a couple of days just being awake and alive was pretty good because I was not feeling so great. But anyhow, so anyway, she came in and my sugar was a little bit high, so I got my regular insulin and then I got a fast acting, and I've got to take some blood pressure medicine and something else. I don't know. I just take what they give me. I've never had blood pressure issues either, other than when I was pregnant. But again, it's side effect of the medicine. So let's see. I was going to talk about something else. Oh, I've got, it's called a Vascath. They put it in over here when I came in last Tuesday night, and they put it in, and then they put it in yesterday morning, like the more permanent one. And this is for my dialysis. This side over here kept clogging, like clotting, and so we were having a hard time with the dialysis. And I had to like really still, because if I moved just right, it would kink it. So that was kind of awful. So, but anyways, now I've got some. Yes, I am back, Jim. I know you're very excited to see me too. And so now that I can move a little bit more, I'm going to take a notepad with me and paper, or a notepad and some pens, and write. I'm really kind of shaky, so I've not been doing a lot of writing, but I've been kind of journaling on my Facebook. I've only posted one thing public, and that's it. Everything else is private, so if you're not my friend, you can't see it. But it's been kind of therapeutic for me, to kind of hash things out. I'm a talker, as y'all know, and it's good for me to think things through, and poor Alma. She listened to me last night for an hour and a half, just babble and share some stories and some stuff that I needed to hear. I know, shocking. But it's been, interesting. Keith came up last night and saw me. I felt bad because it was so late. By the time I got a dialysis, it takes about 4 hours to do. And so you can't really plan anything. There's no schedule. I don't know what time I'm going to be taken down or anything. And so that's kind of been kind of sucky. I'm hoping, I know tomorrow I'll have, I think, my last plasmapheresis, which is the plasma transfer. And I'm almost positive they'll do a dialysis tomorrow. And then once they do that, they'll probably do another dialysis on Saturday. I'm hoping they can kind of give me a schedule, because I was wanting, Keith and Parker were going to come up and, spend some time with me. Maybe we might play some board games or something. So that'll be kind of fun, something different. We did a little, I video chatted with him tonight, and got to see my dog. Of course, she doesn't care. She thinks I'm on the beach drinking pina coladas with Danae, so she's mad at me. And let's see, I'm trying to think. I had company today. I think I said that. My friend Renee came, and she brought me a little happy. And my friend, or Danae, all know Danae. Danae's little nephew, Squishy, he and his mama and daddy sent me a teddy bear and a little balloon, and it was sweet. He used to always call me Mimi. I don't know why. He'd call me Mimi, or he'd call me Debbie. So it was signed, to Mimi, and it was sweet. And he thinks my husband's my dad, which I think is hilarious. He thinks Keith is the bad guy, and he says, "Is that your daddy? Is that your daddy?" Keith finds no humor in that. I personally find it hilarious, which is funny too because every time I go get anything done, they're like, "Well, you're young. Could you be pregnant?" I can't have children anymore, so that's not even a remote possibility. But it does make me feel good that I don't look. I mean, right now I look like hell, but I don't look like I'm 80,000 years old, even though I feel like it. Trying to think what else. My thoughts are kind of all over the place. My eyebrows. I think the first thing I'm going to do when I get home, after I get settled, is go get my eyebrows done. I'm not getting my nails done for a while. I may go get just a regular pedicure, but I'm not going to, manicure, just get them painted. But I'm going to have to let the nails go. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else. Not a whole lot. This is kind of funny. So Danae messaged me or texted me or called me the other night because she was going to come up Wednesday, and she asked me if I wanted anything, and I don't have a taste for anything. Everything tastes funny to me except for sweet things. I get like a dessert, like a cookie or some ice cream or something with all my meals. And like this morning I had pineapple, just canned pineapple. It was the best thing I've ate all day. It was so incredibly good. And it's weird because I'm not a sweet eater, even though I bake. I just like regular food. And so she asked me what I wanted, and I said, well, I'd like some Reese's peanut butter cups, the little mini cups. And I did break those out, and I had 2 of those tonight, so that probably didn't help my sugar much, but oh well. And then I also told her I wanted some fiddle faddle, and she's like, "What the hell is fiddle faddle?" So it goes to show she's young. She didn't find me fiddle faddle, but she found me Crunch and Munch, which I haven't opened up yet, but I will eventually open that up. I don't know. Like I said, I think it's something about the sweets, maybe. Matthew, and Shannon were asking me tonight what I had a hunger for. So I was like, sweets. I don't know. It's weird. One of my friends, Elsie, has offered to get me a milkshake. She works just up the road, so I may hit her up tomorrow or Monday for a milkshake. I haven't decided yet. Like I said, I'm not that hungry, so they're giving me a supplement to drink too, because I need to make sure I'm drinking a lot of protein, or getting a lot of protein. But the food's not bad though. It's certainly could be worse, but I miss cooking. I see a lot of commercials for food. I see a lot of commercials, period. We don't have cable or satellite or anything. We just stream everything, so I don't watch commercials. So I keep seeing these commercials for all these foods. I'm like, oh God, it sounds so good. But I know if I got something, I'd probably eat 2 bites and be done. So it would be kind of a waste of precious money and a waste of, resources. So trying to think what else. Oops, let me just move my bed. I do, like I said, I have a private room, so that's nice. I can't even imagine having to share a room with somebody. I would be like packing my stuff up and just rolling on home. Though I miss my own bed, and miss just my own familiarity of being at home. So anyhow, I've babbled long enough. Would you guys want to ask me any questions or talk to me about anything? I'm pretty much an open book. Like I said, I'm not sharing everything yet. As more is known or as I learn more, I'll share more. But I don't even know who's in here. It says 9 people, but I don't know. I think I usually stream from my tablet. The Wi-Fi here is not that great either. So, I don't know. Yeah. I'm really rather embarrassed with the way I look. But, I told you it's going to be raw and real. No filters, no angles, no makeup. Although I think I'm going to ask Keith to bring me a pair of earrings. Because, I like to wear earrings. I feel naked. No earrings on. And I can wear earrings. And like I said, I wore some real clothes today. I don't like the hospital clothes. I didn't know I could wear real clothes for a while either. So that's been nice to put on some leggings and my red fuzzy socks. So to match with my red tank top. Pardon me. Trying to think. Started my paperwork for short-term disability at work, so that's good. That'll kind of help out a little bit. Thankfully, I'd recently gotten a nice size raise, and I raised my short-term disability amount up, so that's good. So that'll help cover some of that. It's a lot of stuff that I don't think about. You don't think about all the stuff you got to do, and then of course I'm tethered to a room, so I can't do a lot of stuff. And Keith is trying to do what he can, and we're having to deal with insurance. Thankfully, we have very good insurance. There's a little snag in the road with it, but I think we're going to work through it. If not, you know what? I'll be in debt for the rest of my life regardless. So, who's not though? I mean, unless I win the lottery. But yeah. All right, I'm going to be quiet for a minute so you guys ask me a question. Or you can just stare at my face, which is fine too. I'm just messing with y'all. Trying to think. I had a lot to talk about. I've been thinking about this all afternoon. So, I don't know. It's still kind of surreal. I think that's the best word for it, just kind of grasping it, concept of everything. And, I'm trying to remind myself it could be so much worse, I mean, yeah, it's not ideal. And yeah, I feel sorry for myself at times, but, it could certainly be worse. I have what's called GPA vasculitis, and it's fairly rare. It's got like a fancy name. GPA is the short name of it. It's in the lupus family. They don't know what causes it. It could be hereditary, but the problem with that, there's no way of me knowing because I was adopted, and so I have very little biological family history, medical history. There's no genetic testing, so my kids can't be tested for it. And what they really are leaning towards is that I just got an infection that mutated, because I'm a weirdo. I don't half-ass anything. But it affects my kidneys and my lungs mainly. It can cause joint pain and swelling. I did notice the Monday that I went to the doctor before I went to the hospital, that day both my knees hurt. And I had bursitis in one knee like 2 years ago. I got a cortisone shot. Haven't had any problems with it since. But that day I remember it just hurt. Like my office is upstairs, and I remember kind of going up and down the stairs and thinking, good golly, this hurts to walk. And I just thought it was the weather because it was kind of cool, and sometimes when the weather changes, it'll kind of flare it up a little bit. But there's no cure. I could go into remission. What I have probably will not go into remission on its own. Like I said, I'll be doing dialysis 3 days a week. And definitely, you can live on dialysis for years. I could conceivably live on dialysis for 30 or 40 years. I mean, likely I probably won't live that much longer. I mean, I'm already 46. I'm not a spring chicken. But, it's something you can live with. The good thing is I've done a little research. I don't want to overwhelm myself, so I've done a little bit at a time. The doctors have been really good to give me information. They, ask questions, and that's what I'm doing, But what I've read about it, and I did post this on my Facebook, if you're following me on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, and you can Google it. I think it kind of maybe became more prevalent in the 70s. People is when they noticed it, or when it became like they found it. It's not diagnosed that often. They don't know that it's necessarily rare. It's just not diagnosed that often. But in the 70s, this is what's crazy to me. This had an 80% mortality rate in 6 months. And now the mortality rate is almost nil. So that's good. That's good. You know, I mean, obviously we're all going to die eventually. And I don't have, that's not an issue for me. I'm not afraid of dying. I don't want to die anytime soon, but I got to have grandkids someday. You know, I want to be a Mimi. A hot Mimi. That's why I said I want to be a hot Mimi. My son told me yesterday that if I taught my kids to call me hot Mimi, that they could not come around me. So we'll have to renegotiate that later on. But, you know, so that's good to know that, you know, it's treatable, it's livable. It just changes everything. You know, it's not, you know, my life isn't going to be what it was. But, you know, life is always evolving. Things change constantly. You never know from day to day what's going to go on, you know. You know, I could walk outside and get hit by a truck, you know, which is, that's kind of funny too, because I've never been in an ambulance before, other than one time when my son was a baby. He had a febrile seizure, and from ear infections. He was real sick when he was a baby. But anyways, I rode the ambulance then, as you know, just as his mother. But when we were riding, when I was going to come here, it's like a 15-minute ride. It was not very far. All I could think was, please don't knock me over. Like there's something about Mary. All I could picture was and it was cold outside, and all I could think was, oh God, they're gonna knock me over, and I'm gonna be laying there with my ass end up for the world to see. Excuse my language, but I made it through. The ambulance ride was interesting because, of course, it was dark outside, and I could see the lights were on the inside, and I felt like I knew what it was like when I'm driving on the interstate or whatever, and I see an ambulance, and I'm gawking at people. So that was kind of weird. Trying to think, what else? There's a lot. I know I'm kind of all over the place because that's what I do, and I don't have Danae here to balance me out. So, yeah. Any other questions, comments? You know, appreciate though, like I said, the prayers I've been getting. I can feel them too. I mean, I've not been scared at all, other than once. I think it was Saturday night. Yeah, it was Saturday night. They put a heart monitor on me. You know, it was an ICU. I was tethered basically to the bed. Now I can get up and move around. I just move slowly, and they had the monitor on me, and it was giving a weird reading. So then they had to come and they did a test, and they had me all convinced I was having a heart attack, even though I didn't feel anything. Turns out there's not anything wrong with me. I have what is called a branch something. It's fairly common. I was probably born with it. I was born with a heart murmur, I know that. And she had actually heard it when I went to the doctor that Monday, and had called and told me she was going to set me up with the cardiologist. And it's called Stearns, which she didn't have to because I ended up seeing them in here anyhow. But everything's fine. But they were just, that was the only time I really actually got kind of frightened that there was something wrong with me, with my heart. But there wasn't any. It's nothing major. It's something that people have and you live with, and there's not really any treatment. It's just like a little irregularity in the rhythm. It's, like I said, fairly common. People are often born with it. So that was good. That's really, like I said, other than that, that's the only time I've ever been really truly scared, like thought, oh damn, I might die. But yeah, like I said, I'm just kind of hanging out, passing the time. It passes fast for me. I'll doze off a little bit here and there, and watch some TV, play on my phone, play some games. Stuck on this stupid level on, I don't even know, that Ryan Reynolds game. I don't remember what it's called, Toy Blast, or I don't know. One of those games. I've been stuck on a level for a while. So I've been messing with that, so that kind of passes time. But, yeah, I guess that's about it. Well, I guess we're pushing 20 minutes on this part. And I think that's it for now. I may do something Saturday. I'll see how I feel. May do a little something. Like I said, tomorrow is going to be a busy day, I know, because I'm going to have dialysis, and that's kind of a buzzkill. And so that kind of just puts the whole day kind of just is on hold because I don't know my schedule. Like I really don't have anything to do. That's when they leave the room. They'll say, we'll be back. I'll say, I'll be here, because I'm not going anywhere. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you guys checking in on me. Like I said, appreciate your prayers and your thoughts and your well wishes. And just, I appreciate everything. And if you can donate blood or plasma, I would encourage you to do that because it can save a life. I'm sorry. Hormones. I'm like a pregnant woman. So anyhow, I will catch you guys later. I hope you guys have a great day. And remember, not every day is good. But there's always something good in every day. I'll see you next time.